Hello everyone, my name is Shiv Krishana and welcome back to another episode of Checking Out with Shiv. And I know, I haven't uploaded in a while, my bad y'all, but the important thing is I'm back, okay? Now, the reason why you clicked on this video, to learn how to make some Shahi Paneer. Quick story about this. This recipe I found entirely on accident. My mom just left me some ingredients and she was like, yo, make something. So I was like, challenge accepted because that's who I am. So I made up this recipe. Now I'll be showing you guys how to make it quick and easy because if I can make it, that means you guys can make it. So without further ado, let's do some cooking. For the actual gravy itself. So we have tomatoes and onions. Now the ratio with these is for every 2 tomatoes, you need 1 onion. So I have 4 and I have 2. You need about 3/4 cup of cashews. You need about a good knob of butter. You need 2-ish 1-inch pieces of ginger. You need 4 green cardamom, 1 black cardamom, 3 cloves, about 2 to 3 pieces of green chili, cinnamon stick, just like an inch. You don't need too much of cinnamon. You need about 1 bay leaf. You need a good handful of garlic. We have about salt to taste. And then we have about 2 teaspoons of Kashmiri red chili powder, also known as paprika. All right, now that was for the first part of the recipe. This is for the second part of the recipe, more for the actual paneer. So obviously, we need paneer, pretty self-explanatory. We need minced ginger, some more green chili. We need some more paprika, a good hefty amount of butter again, and some dried fenugreek leaves. Now these are going to be a key player later on, so just trust me on this one, guys. To prepare the actual gravy. All right, so we're going to set this to about medium low. And the first step that you want is add your butter. There we go. And just let this melt for a good minute. Alright, as soon as now your butter is melted, you want to add all of your dry spices first. So this is all of your elaichi, your cardamoms, your ginger, your garlic, the cinnamon stick, the long, and the green chili. All of that stuff, and can't forget the bay leaf. Now you just want to stir this up just for a quick second, and then you should be ready to move on. Alright, after you let these cook for just about a minute, now you're going to add your onions. Now let this stir for another minute or 2. I cut these into big chunks because we're going to blend it up in a second anyway, so there's no point in dicing it right now. So you just want to let this stir for about a minute or 2, and then we can add more of the stuff. Alright, now that it's been about a minute or 2, we're going to start moving on to add our tomatoes. Alright, now just want to mix these up for a little while. Now that we've let this stir for about like a good minute or 2, now we're going to add the final stuff. So just add your cashews, add your salt, and add your paprika. Alright, now that you've added all of your stuff, you're going to mix it up, and then we're going to put a lid on it. So get this stirred up. Alright, now I'm just going to add a little bit of water, and make sure you have the gas on low for this, because now we're going to put it on low, and then put a lid on it. And just let this baby cook for a good like 10-15 minutes. This is how it's looking after about like 10 to 15 minutes. As you can see, everything's all mushy whooshy around, and this is exactly what we need because now we're about to put it into the blender. I'm going to transfer all this into a blender. Alright, and now it's time to blend. Alright, now make sure this is as fine as possible for the puree, because the more silky or smooth it is, it's just going to taste better. Now, once we have this, we're going to strain it because we want only just the liquid. We don't want any of that excess. So trust me, it's gonna help a lot. So you just strain it, and then I like to just help push it through just to help with the straining process. And just keep on straining it like so. Alright, I added a little bit of water so you can get that final remaining part out. So then just add this just to get all the flavor in. Now that's everything strained. Now you don't have any of this excess stuff in your fine gravy, and now it looks something like that. So now consistency is looking like that. Now, isn't that beautiful? Now we're gonna actually start cooking the paneer. So we're gonna put this to like a medium low, right? And then you're gonna first put in your butter to melt a little. Right? You want a fat knob of butter in here, because the more butter in this recipe, the better it tastes, guys. All right, now that your butter's melted, you're gonna add your green chili, and then you're gonna add your ginger. You're just gonna let these toast for a few seconds before we actually add the paneer. All right, now that we've let this cook for about like a minute, now we're gonna add our absolutely beautiful paneer over here. All right, now you want to stir this, and you just want to let these cook for a few minutes before we add the gravy back in. We've cooked the paneer a little bit. Be careful when stirring. You obviously don't want to break the paneer. So now that we've cooked it for a little bit, we're gonna add our gravy back in. All right, now that you've stirred it up, it's looking beautiful. Now at this point, my recommendation is to add heavy cream. If you don't have that, that's completely fine. Milk is a good alternative. Now this is completely optional. I recommend doing it, but again, it's not required. So I'm just gonna add that milk in and stir it. Now as you can see, there's just a little bit of a color change. It makes it just a little bit brighter. So again, optional, but I recommend. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this secret ingredient, this is gonna elevate your recipe even further. About a teaspoon of sugar. Alright, now at this point, you just want to taste the gravy a little bit, see if it needs anything additional. I added maybe like another 1.5-ish teaspoons of sugar, and just adjust anything else as necessary. Now we're going to move on to the final part of this recipe. You're going to take your dried fenugreek leaves. Now before just adding it, right, in order to enhance the flavor as much as possible, you want to take some in your hands a little. Just mush it up. So the reason why we break it up, right, is to not only enhance the smell, but also enhance the taste of the recipe, because when it's broken up, actual things breaking apart, and you can see that once you taste it, you'll see exactly why we break it up. It's time to serve. Now that this food is looking as beautiful as you, we can now do a taste test. So I'm eating this with pronta. You can easily eat this with roti or whatever your heart desires. Let's take a little bit of this. Oh man, this looks good. Get some paneer and some gravy in. And ladies and gentlemen, taste test. It's just too good, man. Just too good. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to leave a comment down below on what I should make next. And please share the video, because we want to spread the love of cooking to everyone. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next video.